missing. They're now looking for victims, but London's fire commissioner says it could take weeks to name all the dead. The toll is expected to rise far above 17 as they scour the building's upper floors. The community here in West London, of course, has been in mourning, but in the midst of the tragedy, there has been inspiring outpouring of support. And joining me now is Sultan Ahmed from the aid group Islamic Relief. Thank you so much for joining us. I guess the first question is, when did you hear about this fire, and what was your first reaction? What did you do?
The first we heard about this was yesterday morning, around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. As Muslims, we start fasting around 3 o'clock. And we followed the news, and it seemed like a big disaster. But really hit us home when it was around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, when we realized that the whole building was on fire, and there were cries of people on social media asking for help. And that's when we mobilized our volunteers. And within a matter of half an hour, we managed to get a team of 12 together, sent them to the warehouse to get 6,000 bottles of water, which we delivered here yesterday in the Westway Sports Centre and the local community centre, where we were giving out water for people that needed it. Not only that, Islamic Relief has a big network of recycling facilities around the country, and we had an ample stock of clothes that were donated by the community, which we brought immediately here. There were also a demand of sleeping bags and mattresses, which we brought along, and we donated it to the Westway Sports Centre. Yesterday was a very, very busy day because as it was happening, there was not much information going around. So the whole community really came together, whether that was Muslims, non-Muslims, black, white, brown people. The togetherness that we know, and that we're very proud of London to see, that when a disaster strikes, that the community comes together. We saw it yesterday.
It has been inspiring, I have to say. I mean, I've lived in London for many years, and I actually lived just up the road. But to see the Sikhs coming out, the Christians coming out, the Muslims coming out, and frankly, it didn't even matter. It was just about anybody who feels
Absolutely.
in the fiber of their being that they're a Londoner, that they wanted to help. It's really been an inspiration to see that. But tell me now, because, you know, in the immediate aftermath, you rush in, you bring water, you bring the basics. What do you think is needed now to help the victims of this terrible fire as they try to get back on their feet? What is the most in demand? What do you need to help them?
Right now, first of all, my appeal to all the viewers in this local area is to stop bringing any more physical goods, because the centre is absolutely ram-packed with donations, the generous donations that the community has brought forward. But right now, financial assistance is something a lot of charities are getting together. So Islamic Relief has a coalition of charities collecting funds together, and we are going to wait for the local authority to do the needs assessment and advise us on what the next step is. Because let's not forget that the people that were living in those flats, they've lost everything. I was just inside the centre providing support to people that didn't speak English. There's a Persian family there, there's an Arabic-speaking family in there. The woman, she's got 6 children, 3 sons and 3 daughters. They're in the shelter at the moment, but they don't know where the husband is. And she had a mental breakdown. So it was really, really tough to see. As an aid worker, we are probably conditioned to see a lot of things, but to see someone emotionally break down and not knowing where the future is, not knowing what's happening of their loved ones is very, very difficult. So we are providing that support from a cultural perspective, from a religious perspective. We know that there are a lot of the Muslim community in this area, as are others. So from that point of view, Islamic Relief is here with other charities in a coalition. We're not working alone, we're working together with local authorities and other charities to provide. Not only that, we're also helping clear the stockpile of stock. So we have volunteer teams in different parts of this area trying to take the congestion away, as well as provide moral and emotional support inside the centre. So we're also working in partnership with the British Red Cross at the moment.
Well, I don't want to keep you because I know you're going to have your hands full. From all of us, thank you for the work that all of you are doing. It's incredibly inspiring to see, and a good note to remember if people are wanting to give more in the way of helping. Don't bring physical goods. The emphasis now really on financial support for the families who will likely be homeless for quite some time. Christy Lustau, back to you in Hong Kong.
Thank you very much.